My name is Darren Hernandez, and this is my informative speech. My audience members are sitting in the couch in front of me. This is my dad, my mom, my sister, and let me just place this camera down. Okay. In 2016, students at Chapman University conducted a survey to research whether if Americans believe that our government was concealing information regarding controversial events and topics within our country. Out of the 9 conspiracies that participants were asked about, they specifically believe, or slightly half of those participants did believe our government was hiding information regarding the 9/11 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. But class, my purpose for today's speech isn't to prove or disprove conspiracy theories related to something as 9/11, but rather to inform you about the factors that make conspiracy theories so divisive and influential on American people. We're going to first define what a conspiracy is versus what a conspiracy theory is. We're going to pinpoint exactly who's responsible for the mainstream popularity of conspiracy theories. And lastly, we're going to identify one reason as to why people resonate and strongly believe in conspiracy theories. The reason I'm passionate about this topic is because I'm a conspiracy theorist myself. However, I recognize how dangerous and divisive conspiracy theories can be on people. So I like to think critically about information that's presented to me, and I want you to think critically about information that's presented to you. So by the end of the speech, you should be able to have more open and productive discussions with people of varying degrees of opinions. But with that said, let's go ahead and put on our tinfoil hats on and start defining some terms. On a simple search on dictionary.com, a conspiracy can be defined as an agreement between two or more persons to commit crime, fraud, or a wrongful act. Furthermore, a conspiracy theory can be defined as a theory that rejects the standard explanation for an event and instead credits a covert group or organization with executing a secret plot. You might be thinking, well, why did you define essentially the same thing twice, Darren? Well, to answer that question, in the court of law, you can actually be charged with conspiracy to commit a crime or for a crime that's already been completed. However, in terms of a conspiracy theory, someone who is allegedly partaken in a conspiracy, largely, majority of the time, these theories are based on someone's intuition or gut feeling, which is arguably not a reliable source of evidence. But now that we've laid a foundation of what a conspiracy is, let's go ahead and pinpoint who is responsible for the mainstream popularity of a conspiracy theory. So, undoubtedly, we have an overwhelming abundance of information on the internet, specifically on social media. According to a statistic published on Statista.com, as of 2022, Facebook has roughly 307 million users on the platform, and it's forecasted that Facebook's user base will increase by 15 million by 2026. Although social media is free and accessible to everyone, this also means that it's easy for ideas and information to be spread around, going unchecked for its validity. There is debate whether if fact-checking violates our freedom of speech. However, we have seen how social media conspiracies and social media articles have influenced behaviors and outcomes within our political atmosphere, specifically with our 2016 presidential election. As summarized in a video published by the Washington Post, according to our U.S. intelligence community assessment, the cyber attacks that interfered with our 2016 presidential election were directed from the very seat of power in Russia, Vladimir Putin himself. These cyber attacks consisted of online propaganda that spread across social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter. Russian operatives created fictitious news stories, fictitious conspiracies, and fake political ads that targeted specific voters. Although safety measures have been put in place since 2016, social media still presents a very risk to our society because it's still capable of hosting social media conspiracies and fake articles. But now that we know that businesses and organizations use social media for monetary or political benefit, let's go ahead and identify that one reason as to why people resonate and gravitate towards conspiracy theories. One commonality between organizations such as the Flat Earth Society or the 9/11 Truth Movement, which currently has over 5,000 registered members, is they use language that position readers as the hero and invites them to join their very niche and exclusive communities. Conspiracy theories are really great storytellers, therefore they can invoke readers to take specific actions that resemble the archetype of the hero's journey, which was an archetype coined by Joseph Campbell. This archetype of the hero's journey we see in many film franchises and novels such as Star Wars or Harry Potter, And because these organizations act as the role of a mentor, they are able to promise readers that they'll take them from the ordinary world into a journey where they come out unprogrammed from the matrix or unchained from the world's authoritative control, something along those lines. This narrative that positions readers as part of a bigger purpose is very compelling, and therefore we see many supporters of conspiracy theories, whether or not they have very strong evidence backing them up. There are many other reasons why people resonate with conspiracy theories. However, the one I identified, I believe, captures majority of the general public. But to start wrapping up this discussion, I want to restate my purpose for today's speech. As I mentioned in the beginning, my goal wasn't to prove or disprove conspiracy theories, rather to inform you about the factors that make them so divisive. So real quick, let's go ahead and recap what we discussed. We identified that conspiracy theories are considered true or fact solely based on someone's intuition or gut feeling. We pinpointed that social media plays a major role in spreading information regarding conspiracies, whether true, slightly true, or completely false. And lastly, we've identified that people resonate and gravitate towards conspiracy theories so strongly because organizations such as the Flat Earth Society use language that position readers as an integral part of a bigger cause. To conclude, I'll say that it can be argued that people are polarized more than ever. With unlimited access to information, we are susceptible to forming and living within our own perceptions of reality. Although it's a privilege to be able to ask questions and think independently, it's important for us to think critically about how we consume and share information, because ultimately we all play a major role in defining what is reality and what is fiction. Thank you. Woo!